welcome to our annual Butterfly Release. I'm Lisa Hubers, Executive Director of Madawaska Valley Hospice Palliative Care, or to make it a little simple, MVHPC. We are pleased that so many of you are joining us today. We have modified our event to ensure the health and safety of our participants, and hopefully you enjoy the speakers and musicians featured in this video. We will be inviting you to release your butterflies at the end of the video. So if you have not removed your butterflies from the cooler, I'd suggest you do so now. At pickup, instructions were provided that you may wish to review prior to continuing with the video. In the past 18 months, many of us were unable to gather and honor our lost loved ones in a way that was meaningful to us. And we hope that this event brings you that needed comfort. So let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce an important member of our team, our program assistant at MVHPC. She's integral in the smooth running of the hospice unit and the loan cupboard, and she helps manage our grief and bereavement programs and many other things too great to mention in this video. So let's welcome Michelle Michaelis.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm honored to be sharing this special time with you all this afternoon. First off, I would like to introduce the newest member of our team, Delana Wood, RN and Clinical Director, who is here to tell us more about the services that we offer.
Hi, my name is Delana, and I'm going to share some information about the wonderful services we provide in our community. Let me start by saying that assistance from Madawaska Valley Hospice Palliative Care Program can be sought at any stage of an illness for information and answers to questions and support throughout the journey to death. Our clinical director assesses patients and families' needs throughout their illness journey and helps to provide what services would be beneficial to both patients and families to help them achieve their goals. Our hospice apartment is a fully equipped 2-bedroom apartment located on the 2nd floor of St. Francis Memorial Hospital and is available to families who wish to be present and participate in the care of their loved ones. While staying in the hospice apartment, patients and families are supported around the clock by volunteers, professional caregivers, and the Madawaska Valley Hospice Palliative Care staff. We have a lending library that is open to anyone and is located in the hospice apartment. It provides books and information covering a wide range of topics related to palliative care. Our medical equipment loan cupboard lends walkers, commodes, wheelchairs, and many other pieces of medical equipment to anybody in need in our community. Our home visiting program, also known as Friendly Visiting Program, happens in patients' homes, wherever that may be located, with trained volunteers who can help with small tasks, provide caregivers with respite or time to rest, do errands, or just be a companion. Our bereavement support includes regular follow-up by trained volunteers during the first year following the death of a patient, and biannual grief and bereavement support groups open to all. We host memorial services in honor of the memories of loved ones, like Hope for the Holidays, that happens in the fall, and Butterfly Release in the summer. I personally love the Butterfly Release and feel it's an extraordinary opportunity for us to share as a community, to remember those that we have lost and to honor those that we love. In doing so, we uplift and comfort one another. The painted lady butterflies being released today are a symbol of transformation, hope, life, and spirit. In my view, a butterfly's life cycle from egg to caterpillar and caterpillar to chrysalis, and finally to a beautiful butterfly, represents our journey through grief. When someone we love dies, the loss transforms from pain to acceptance, and then to maybe a beautiful memory. As the butterflies float towards the sky, so too will the love, good wishes, and prayers of those that watch them fly. Thank you.
I would now like to give a special welcome to our guest speaker, Don Cruchet. Prior to retiring and moving to our community, Don spent many years working as a grief educator and counselor in the Montreal area. We are extremely fortunate to have Dawn on our hospice volunteer team and trust that you will enjoy her message to you all today.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are here today not because your special person died, but because he or she lived. The pandemic has prevented so many people from having the support they need to grieve. It has deprived people from participating in the rituals that help us to process and normalize our grief. In these challenging times, we're so pleased you have joined us for this special event. Hospice palliative care recognizes that things don't end when a family member dies. The grief journey just begins. Grief is the most universal of experiences, the one we will all encounter, because grief is the flip side of loving. When you love a lot, you grieve a lot, and as a teenager told me, it sucks. The experience of grief involves many changes. Indeed, you are changed forever. Your family is changed forever when someone you love dies. This is not good or bad, it just is. We never get over a loss, we just adjust. From the physical presence in our lives, to the physical absence, to the place in our hearts and souls for the memory. People often ask me how long it takes, and it takes as long as it takes. There's never a moment when you wake up and you're done, but gradually the pain changes. You are adjusting when you can enjoy the memories without the pain. Our relationships with our special people who have died don't end, they change. Grieving is the normal, healthy process that allows us to enjoy the memories without the pain. Initially, the pain of grief can be excruciating. As time passes and you begin to adjust, it becomes more bittersweet. At first more bitter than sweet, but eventually there is a sweetness to the memories and the pain lessens. Grief is egocentric. We hurt and we are preoccupied with that pain. No matter how many people have loved the person who died, we grieve alone and need to find our own paths. The process of grief work is highly individual and depends on such things as the nature of the relationship with the person who's died, the circumstances surrounding the death, one's emotional support system, as well as cultural and religious backgrounds. Most of the more intense symptoms of acute grief will lessen within 6 to 12 months, but fluctuating emotions that resemble a roller coaster ride are experienced for a long time. Surges of unexpected strong emotions can be triggered by small and large events. For example, a certain piece of music, a smell, the sight of someone resembling your loved one, the changing seasons, the absence of your special person at a celebration. These grief triggers can occur for the rest of one's life. The intensity may continue to be very strong, but the duration will be shorter as time passes. There are no rules in grief. Some people are comforted by having many pictures of the person who died around, while others can't bear to look at photos at first. Some people need to remove the belongings right away, while others are unable to do so for a long time. Almost any emotion can be a part of grief. It is normal to experience intense emotions such as anxiety and insecurity, anger, guilt, confusion, fear, loneliness, depression, relief. Feelings aren't right or wrong, they just are. You may be surprised at how intensely you feel about everything and how you may feel that you are losing control. It can be very scary to lose concentration and feel discombobulated. This is normal, and these feelings will diminish over time. Initially, just after the death, you may feel numb and somewhat disoriented. This may be intensified if the death was sudden and unexpected. The sense of unreality and of living in a dream can be very strong. Another common feeling is that of feeling scattered or vulnerable. Decisions may be difficult to make, it may be hard to concentrate, and intense reactions may occur to relatively minor situations. Crying is a healthy expression of grieving, for tears are liquid emotions. Conversely, not crying does not mean that you miss or love your person any less. Grief work takes much physical and emotional energy. Feelings of fatigue and low energy levels are normal. It is important to be good to yourself, getting adequate rest, eating balanced meals, doing some form of physical activity, and nurturing yourself. As you adjust to your loss, you will notice that feelings do lessen in intensity, and gentle memories can be enjoyed without the pain as you find a place in your heart and soul for the memory of your special person. Family grief is complex because every family member has had his or her own special relationship with the person who died, and now each of you is on your own grief path. Give each other space to grieve and be gentle with yourselves and each other. The butterfly is the logo for this special afternoon. It is considered the international symbol for hospice and palliative care because butterflies symbolize change, hope, and life. Caterpillars have voracious appetites and are all about eating. Grief is egocentric and all about me. As grievers, we need to tell our stories over and over again. The caterpillar knows when he is ready to move into the next change. He hangs himself upside down in the letter J. Overnight, he turns into a beautiful chrysalis or pupa. Don't you think one would feel safe wrapped tightly in this colorful blanket, this beautiful cocoon? I often talk about the need to cocoon in grief. I recall a call from an adult daughter who was worried that her mom was not moving on or getting on with her life. I asked who died. The dad. When? 2 months ago. How long were they married? 52 years. I suggested that 52 years versus 2 months was not a balance, and perhaps her mom was needing to cocoon for a while in a place where she felt safe. This is a normal reaction. The pupa needs to spend time alone, in stillness, leaving everything behind for a while. Enormous change happens in this safe cocoon, and when the pupa is ready, it turns black and she emerges as a magnificent butterfly. She sheds her old skin, leaves the safety of the cocoon, climbs free, warms her wings in the sun, gradually spreads her wings, and when she's ready, she flies off. Just as in grief, we need to honor the process. By struggling to free himself, the butterfly strengthens his wings that allows him to fly. We cannot rush this process. Butterflies teach us that it takes courage to free ourselves from the cocoon of grief, and that we need to also trust this transition and allow it to happen in its own time. If we opened up the pupa to help the changing butterfly to emerge, it would fall to the ground and die. Similarly, we must try to not fix grievers. We can only walk beside them. You can't avoid grief. You have to live through it. Grief work enables you to integrate the loss into your life. Successful grief work will help you to enjoy the memories of your loved one without the pain. In these strange pandemic times, you might like to create a healing ritual that helps you to express emotions, connect with family, to share memories, and comfort one another, or perhaps let go of difficult feelings. You could make this a family event by enjoying a favorite meal of the person who's died, playing special music, writing a note to the person, and end with releasing your butterfly in your sacred place. Today, we release butterflies to honor the memories of the special people who have died. We invite you to focus on your butterfly. Think about the person you're honoring. Do you feel that you might be setting them free, releasing some of your pain? Or perhaps your loved one struggled with disease and was released in death. Might your butterfly be a symbol of change for you, for your family? We hope that as you participate in this special afternoon, you will find some comfort and your pain will be lessened a little as together we share this ceremony that honors the memory of the special people in our lives who have died. Thank you.
Next up, we have a very talented sibling duo, Dexter and Serena Cernosky, to play a well-known ballad, Danny Boy. Beautiful Dexter and Serena, thank you for sharing your beautiful gift of music with us. Please welcome Erin Guino, Executive Director at the St. Francis Valley Healthcare Foundation, who would like to extend a message of appreciation.
Good afternoon. As you may know, the Foundation works as partners with our community to support the needs of local healthcare organizations at MB Hospice Palliative Care, Valley Manor, and the St. Francis Memorial Hospital, so that our wonderful caregivers at each of these places have the resources and equipment they need to look after everyone when it is needed the most. MB Hospice Palliative Care has been providing assistance and care to families in our community since 2012. Your generosity and financial support means a great deal to ensure that MB Hospice has the funds it requires to continue helping families and individuals facing a life-limiting condition close to home. We are extremely thankful to you all for your continued support and for your participation in today's event. We would also like to extend our sincere appreciation to our event sponsors for your leadership and for helping to make our butterfly release today possible. Thank you.
We would now like to invite you all to participate in a moment of reflection while the names of the loved ones that you are remembering today will be displayed on the screen. Recently retired from her role as clinical director, please welcome Karen Wagner, who will be sharing a special poem with you all.
As you release this butterfly in honor of me, know that I am with you and always will be. Hold a hand, say a prayer. Close your eyes and see me there. Although you may feel a bit torn apart, please know that I'll be forever in your heart. Now fly away, butterfly, as high as you can. I'm right there, with you more than you know.
It is time to release your butterflies, but before we do, I wish to thank everyone for your support and help to make this butterfly release a successful event. So grab your butterflies and Dexter and Serena will play us out.